show. Allan Bell, SportsLine.com. He joins us now on the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline. Allan, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I understand it's a big week up there in Knoxville.
Sizable. What should we think about it? Alabama, I've seen the line maybe drop to 7 in some spots, but Alabama coming in favored, but a lot of attention, a lot of talk about what Tennessee can do in this game. What do you see?
Yeah, absolutely. First off, I think it's important to take a second and just appreciate the spot that Tennessee is in. This is an excellent football team with an excellent head coach, excellent administration. Everybody is pulling together, and it's fantastic to see. Look, let's say the same thing that we said in every big game when we talk Florida, LSU, Pitt. Tennessee can beat any team in the country. Now, it takes some things. You got to have 3 perfect games that week against, that game against LSU last week. It was nice, from the kickoff on, right? But Tennessee is good, and Tennessee poses a problem. And I'll say this. Nick Saban, listen to him speak this week. He's saying the same things that Billy Napier said, that Brian Kelly said. And the game plan essentially always comes down to keeping the ball away from Tennessee, all right? So I think, again, the game plan is the exact same. Score points. Points are weight that you add to the shoulders of other teams. And even with Alabama, we've seen they have problems doing it too. Not many teams can go out and score at will. So I'll say that. If Tennessee goes out, put 7s, 3s on the board consistently, good luck, buddy.
How much is Bryce Young a factor in this game? His availability, his status, his health, all of that?
Huge. I think that Alabama and Tennessee are almost kind of built similarly. You've got 2 of the absolute best quarterbacks in the country. You take Bryce Young away from that team, it's a completely different Alabama team. You take Hendon Hooker away from Tennessee, it's a completely different team. Now, I like Joe Milton. He's got a strong arm. He can do some things, but he's not Hendon Hooker. This kid is special. Same thing with Bryce Young. Yeah, keep an eye on that. And, even if Bryce, comes back, starts, plays, that doesn't mean that he's 100%. And if Tennessee gets after him and, not even necessarily saying putting him out of the game, but if, they hit him and hit him and hit him, buddy, that changes that team. It changes the dynamic of that team. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tennessee very aggressive from a defensive front standpoint, especially along the front four. Yeah, man, they get after it.
What do you attribute the line moving during the week to in this game between Tennessee and Alabama?
Tennessee's just such a special team, and they're so different. That's what it is. Now, first off, Tennessee's covering spreads like crazy this year, right? They are betting favorites. But remember, we spoke about it last year. Bettors across the country, there was no team in college football that bettors loved more than Tennessee. We saw money come in constantly on their first quarters, first halves, team totals, points, because this team puts up points, right? So I think we're seeing that. And, you're going to see bettors that bet Alabama because, bettors like betting big favorites, Alabama, the Chiefs, Tom Brady, etc. That being said, Tennessee is becoming just such kind of a national favorite, man. A lot of people across the country, guys that I'm friends with, that I work with, that are in Southern California, Northern California, do not watch SEC football at all. They text me constantly asking, they're like, dude, is this stadium legit? These gray uniforms, what is up? Everybody's kind of falling in love with Tennessee, man. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, how about that? Allan Bell is with us, SportsLine.com. From that standpoint, so the focus obviously is Tennessee, Alabama, but it does have national implications. What have you seen with the national championship market in terms of odds there, and even the Heisman, because Hendon Hooker continues to grab some headlines with the national award as well?
Yeah, so I'll tell you what. I was watching ESPN yesterday, and I think it was Pardon the Interruption or one of those shows, and they put up a graphic of the college football playoff, and Tennessee was 5th. You've got your 4, and then who's number 5, who's number 6. Tennessee was right there. And then you look at Heisman odds at sportsbooks now. Hendon Hooker in some books is the 3rd best favorite to win the Heisman, right? That's how big of an impact Tennessee is having. And look, I live in Tennessee too, right? We've all been around Tennessee football. Swain, you played at Tennessee football, been a stud there for, you are the brand, right? So sometimes it's hard to picture outside of our ecosystem here in the state, because we all know how big it is and how big the brand, that's been that way forever. But when you have everybody talking about Tennessee and doing it in such a positive light, everybody wants to jump on this bandwagon. I had guys, a guy I work with who was in Arizona on our show yesterday, and he spoke about it. He was like, this is the thing that dreams like Disney movies are made of. He's like, I want Tennessee to roll through this thing. Like, so it's awesome to see because everybody's kind of coming together from a national perspective. It's really cool.
It feels like Tennessee-Alabama is the only game being played this week in college football, but it's not. There's some other great games outside of this SEC showdown. From a betting standpoint, what looks attractive to you in terms of the top 25 matchups and other really good games?
Yeah, you're right. This is a really good week in college football. You know, we've got like Oklahoma State, TCU. Like, that's going to be a fantastic game. I love the over in that one. I know that sounds like just like a public play, right? But I mean, these two teams score, man. So fascinated to see that one. Kansas, right, at Oklahoma, right? Like, I kind of thought Oklahoma would get their bearings back a little bit against Texas, and no, man, they just caught a steel-toe boot to the face. Like, and Kansas is kind of one of those teams too, to where it's just been like such a fun season for them. So I'm fascinated to see, you know, what that one looks like. Clemson playing their final conference road game this weekend. Like, how do you get that in mid-October, right? So we're going to see that. But, yeah, man, like, it's a good one across the slate. But, yeah, Oklahoma State, TCU, yeah, that's a massive one as well. Mississippi State, Kentucky, like, that's going to be a good game, man. I'm fast.
Allan Bell, SportsLine.com, is with us. Allan, just a few minutes ago, we were joking about how difficult tonight's NFL game could be to watch the Bears and the Commanders, but is this an Allan Bell special? You love kicking props. You love interception props. This game feels set up for you. What do you see? What do you like in this game between the Bears and the Commanders?
Yeah, you know what? I kind of like. I like the interceptions right now. The tough part is that Justin Fields. You don't know how many like pass attempts that you're going to get.
Yeah.
So you've got to be very efficient. You know, in terms of that. Carson Wentz, absolutely, man. But I'll say this. Everybody's kind of down on this game. I actually think it's going to be a really good game. I think that we could see more scoring than people might think. Like, this Bears offense can go. It just has to have the right kind of formula, so to say, and against the right defense. So as long as they protect Fields against that front four from Washington, he can have big success, right? And we see Carson Wentz, like, he can do some dumb things. But that dude will go 320 on you, right? Like, he's going to put up 3 bills in terms of yardage, right? Like, he can't throw it. He's got studs out there. So, yeah, like, you're looking at like a low total, like 37.5, 38. I'm going to play the over. Like, and if I lose, I lose. I'm fine with that. But I think that it's going to be a better game than people make. It's not going to be one of these Broncos games. Like, those are just – it's the perfect formula because their offense stinks, but their defense is really good. So, like, it just keeps everybody out of the end zone. But yeah, I think tonight would be better than people.
Okay, that's a good zag, and you're right. There is real skill talent in this game. The receivers for the Commanders, running backs for the Bears. There's real fantasy value talent in this game on those two teams.
Hey, what about not to interrupt you? What about a man Velus Jones last week?
Yes,
down in there. Like,
great play.
I'm telling you, Bears fans love him. Yeah, dude, they're seeing what everybody in Knoxville saw last week.
Yep. Quick. The handoff pass deal that he had to the end zone for his first career touchdown. Debo-esque, as some were saying. So
it is.
Yep, maybe over tonight. Allan, what's going on at SportsLine.com for people to check out right now with everything going on in sports?
Yeah, definitely. You know, so you guys broke down for college football, obviously, NFL, obviously, but you know we got Major League Baseball the postseason, right? We got UTJ breaking that down. The NHL season has just started, so we got that going on. Getting ready for the NBA as well. So I'm telling you, like, legitimately, whatever sport you're into, I promise you, we have experts all over it. Go to sportsline.com, click around, check it out. And if you want to try it for free for 30 days, use promo code EARLY, EARLY. 30 days for free on me. Have fun. If you don't like it, cool. Ain't no problem. We can still be friends. If you do, enjoy it as well.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. Code EARLY. By the way, did I ask officially who you think is winning the Tennessee-Alabama game?
Yeah, look, I'm going to tell you what. I've already placed my bet last night. Tennessee money line plus 260. I think if they win this thing outright, I think it looks a lot like LSU. I think Tennessee's a more consistent team than.
Ooh,
Swain.
Ooh, Allan, don't do that to me, Allan.
I don't even want the points. Go ahead and give me the winner.
I'll take the money line all day long.
All right. Confidence builds locally when Allan Bell is confident. So you heard him right there. Sportsline.com. Check out the website. Find him on Twitter at AllanBell247. Allan, thank you for the time as always. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you again soon.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for having me.